remember one time, this big old black guy, his name was Tip, he always didn't want us to cut through the neighborhood when we were coming home. There were about 5 or 6 of us. And we were scared of him because he's a big old guy, big old tall guy. And we got tired of him, so we kind of set him up we passed the railroad tracks, and we had rocks. He got in a road chasing us, and we got to the rock pile. Everybody stopped. We had a rock pile set. It was Golgi, Edward, me, Bobby, your daddy, and I might have been Ruben too. But we were ready for him. As soon as we got there, we got to stop there, and he come chasing after us, and all the rocks start flying. Everybody, I'm pretty sure everybody hit him with a rock, at least a few times. And after that, he was our best friend. Bryan was a little hick town.
I remember the Queen Theater, Palace Theater, Coastal's Corner, Perry's, the Billiard Room, LaSalle Hotel, the Carnegie Library. I remember these places because those are the places that we kind of hung out. Boys Club, Girls Club was where we went in the afternoons to go play pool and so we wouldn't get in trouble. You know, Coastal's Corner is where we got our cherry Coke, or Coke float. And that was weird, too, because we were little Mexican boys, and they always treated us right there.
My daddy told us, I remember one time, no Mexicans or dogs allowed, but I hate to say the racist term, but only Negroes could go in the kitchen, but they're real racist, you know what I'm talking about, right? Hurry up, you beaners. That's us, beaners. That's how they think about us. We try to hold our own, but back then there was a lot more black people and white people, but nobody really messed with us too much. They didn't really, they didn't really know nothing about us anyway. They didn't care to know anything about us. We had it rougher than the black people in the civil rights. These people just don't realize what we went through, because nobody never talked about it. We learned to stick together, and that's how we all got pretty much ahead, sticking together, like brothers. And we're all brothers. Golgi, Edward, everybody. That's how close we were. And my brothers, we're tight. My older brother, Junior, Financial, then Joe, then Robert, Bobby, we call him Bobby, but his name was Robert. And then me, I'm right in the middle. And then I got Michael, Ruben, and Daniel.
We had like hand-me-downs all the time, so everything had kind of patches. But we were clean,
We didn't know what poor was. I remember they used to laugh at us because we had high water pants, and we didn't know nothing about high water pants, the hand-me-down pants. We didn't know nothing about. We couldn't talk Spanish.
We were proud, Daddy raising not taking nothing for nobody, and we didn't. We did without till we got what we needed.
We didn't have a lot, but we had more than we thought we had.
Pop always stipulated education was the key to everything. So he made sure we always went to school, made sure we always studied, whooped our ass if we didn't. There was always discrimination in school. You couldn't speak Spanish. You had to always speak English. If you spoke Spanish, you got punished.
In kindergarten, we talked Spanish. They had it was a yardstick.
If the Mexican boys did something wrong, they got an ass whooping. By ass whooping, they had a paddle, a wood paddle. Every teacher would just give a list of names to the coach, and they'd go out and pull these guys out every once a day. Line them up against the wall. And then coach come with that big old paddle. It hurt. And I remember I got my name on that list once, I ain't gonna lie. And I don't even know why I got it on there. But I remember coach coming out there and he goes, "Lopez, what are you doing here?" And I said, "I don't know, coach. They said I had to come out here. I didn't do anything." And he just shook his head and he says, "Get out of here." And let me go. Because I was a good boy. I was always a good boy. Always made good grades, always studied, always did what I was supposed to do. I remember being a valedictorian in school and not being able to give a speech.
They took that from him because he wasn't well ill. He was a lot smarter than the girl that won it. It was a Wallia girl, and he was a lot smarter than all of them. A lot smarter. The counselor, they didn't give a care.
They were trying to stop me from marching.
But he almost didn't graduate.
Good, everybody knew I was getting screwed over.
That was a ripoff. That he didn't get it. He deserved it.
Everybody thought Mexican was just a dumbass.
They cared more about everybody else.
We just didn't acknowledge the mistreatment because not to give them satisfaction, letting them know that they did something that hurt us. Just keep doing it. Sooner or later, you're gonna get tired of crapping, you know what I mean? And then we'll be still there, so.
If you're gonna get in trouble, they're gonna arrest you. They're not gonna arrest a white guy. I remember your Uncle Reuben, he dated this white, we all dated whatever nationality, it doesn't matter, you know. A couple of guys were picking on him. Back then, Mexicans weren't dating white girls, black weren't dating white girls. And I remember he beat a couple of guys up and they wanted to arrest him, but he had a lot of witnesses and they told him to go home and they let the guy stay and watch the movie. I mean, you know, sometimes we all got together, they call that protesting, you know what I mean? But we just, you know what I'm saying? I had our army cap and Chicano power all the time, you know, and there's a whole bunch of us to do that, you know. We always holler, Viva la raza. During field day, you could wear whatever you want. The black people wear, you know, black power, and the white people wear white power. And Mexican, we call it Chicano power, you know. And guess who they sent home? They ain't sending the black power or white power home. They send the Chicano power home. The black people want to jump on me because I'm Mexican. The white people want to jump on me because I'm Mexican. I always wanted to get an education. One time I almost got jobbed by about 6, 7 black guys, and I didn't pull my knife out. I had a big old knife with an 80-inch blade in it. They wouldn't back down. The same thing was in the shower room one time. I remember this one guy, there were about 5 of him, and he's twice as big as me. He probably could beat me up like nothing. They all got their belt buckles out, like they're gonna teach me this Mexican something. I didn't do nothing to nobody. I just try to keep clean. After all those days, it was kind of rough days for Mexicans. They didn't care about us. You probably could miss the whole year, they wouldn't even care about you. You know, who was that? Thinking like my dad didn't even let him go to school. How can you go to school? You got to go work anyway for your family. You have to come to the big cities. Everybody went to the big cities to come work on us. Back me, I got denied a lot of promotions that I probably should have got with Safeway because it was, you know, like a hick town. And back then, if you were white, you get all the better jobs, all the better promotions. Sometimes, like I remember he worked for the gas company. He took him a long time. Every time he was gonna get full time to get benefits, they laid him off work. The more money you need, the more time you work, the more hours you work. So since I know it wasn't a high paying job, I mean, I had to work a lot of hours.
You didn't get paid that much. You know, I'm talking maybe $20 picking cotton. And you come home with thorns and cuts and stickers and, you know, and your hands, everything hurt. And then you just imagine you do this. The first day it hurt. The second day it really hurt. And it didn't matter. You couldn't wear gloves because you couldn't grab everything. You know what I mean? And you're working and you're pulling these big old long ass bags. They're 25 foot long, you know, and you're pulling them, throwing it in there, just throwing little bitty whoops of cotton in there until it fills it all up. You bust your ass and make $20 maybe for the week, less. But hey, every little bit helps.
Racism, ignorance.
I remember his name was Daryl or Darren, and he came in to collect for the newspaper. And it always said, dang, you know, and I never thought nothing about it. And I told him, come on in my bedroom, Darren. You know what I mean? Let me get the money for you. And I always had a blue pouch with all the money. So he comes on in there, and to get to my bedroom where I had the money, he had to go to the kitchen, and Papa was sitting there eating. And I remember Papa throwing the food down, the plate down, and then getting up, and he said, what's that damn black, you know, N-word, you know, doing in my house? He better get the hell out of my house before I kill him. So everybody was raised, and that's why I come out tell you that discrimination is ignorance. It's just the intellect. You know what I mean? People are stupid. It's just, you know, they don't have any education. They don't learn. They don't understand. They're scared of what they don't understand. So then they reject it. But you know, you got to make a stand. You got to, just so the next person down the road learns a little bit. They always gave us home typical. It's your typical Mexican home, I guess. A lot of love, a lot of discipline, tough love. You didn't do what they said to do, you got an ass whooping. But there was also a lot of love too. I mean, you know, made sure we went to church, made sure we were always clothed right, made sure they gave us Christmas presents, made sure they were always there. Not too much showing love, though. We couldn't hug each other. I think I hugged my mama twice, maybe 3 times. And Dad, I don't even think I hugged him ever once. The closest I ever got was the shoulder pat. But that was the Mexican thing, you know, the macho thing.
That was a terrible time, it really was. But we succeeded and did everything. We wanted our kids to get the best educations, and we tried to push them for everything. Since Trump been getting elected now, is the new sheriff in town, y'all gonna have to work harder. If that ain't racist, I don't know what it is, you know what I mean? I say, yes, sir, whatever. My daddy always taught us, work hard for whatever we get. That's me right there. Work hard. I don't mind. It don't kill you. I'm glad my dad taught us to not to get anything from anybody. So you can look at anybody in the eye and tell them what he could do with whatever, because you didn't take nothing from nobody. You know. Like, I think my biggest accomplishment I ever done was Jamie. She turned out good. She's no angel, you know, but she's a pretty good kid. Got her PhD. Pushed her, you know, a little bit. Helped her with a lot of finances and stuff. Not all the way, you know. Everybody got to do their help, you know what I mean? But quite a bit. Hopefully, my grandson do good too. But you know, everybody got a little more opportunity. I don't know. As Mexican, I guess the way we were raised too. Got that good bloodline. We're gonna back up our people. I always believe in that. You know, you love your people. I love all my people. I know that. Because most of the time, we all got good hearts. All your uncles and everybody. But you know, I try to hold no grudges. You know, people get you mad, scratch you the same wrong. There ain't no reason to hold grudges for nothing, you know. Stick together. I meant a lot to my daddy, stuff like that, you know. Simple things. Me too, what else do you want in this world? We got everything else. Start from nothing to have everything. What else do you need?